create the sexual spark with a woman? Number one is you gotta be the leader. You need to be in control of the situation. If shit hits the fan, she knows that you will protect her and she can feel safe. This will help her fall into her feminine energy. And this is important even on the first date. The way you interact with her, the way you go in for the hug, you take the lead, you lead her into the restaurant. But it even starts before then. When you're setting up the date, if you're the one picking out the restaurant, saying this is where we're gonna meet. If she tries to push back, no, you keep the plan. Like if she says, oh, like that's kind of far, can we meet a little bit closer to me? No, like this is the place we're meeting. That is showing that you are the leader in this interaction. And she's gonna find this really attractive. It's already showing that as the leader, that she can take a step back and relax. And that also is like very refreshing, because a lot of times women feel like they are the ones that have to lead because of society. And it's nice to know like, oh, okay, this guy is handling it. Like this is attractive. And a side note of this, it really is helpful if you know how to fight, because you're gonna be more confident walking into any situation because you're like, yeah, I got this. But if you're somebody that really doesn't have any sort of like boxing experience, Muay Thai, any kind of just self-defense at all, you can't just rely on like, hopefully it's all gonna be good, right? Because then the energy you're giving too is a little bit weak. When you have more of this, like, I got this, I'm in a safe situation, whatever happens, I can protect myself and this girl, she's gonna pick up on that. Even if nothing happens, it's still the energy that you're putting out there. Number two, you break the touch barrier on the first date. So that starts with going in for the hug on the first date, leading her, like literally leading her with your hand. So you can put your hand on her back and leading her into the restaurant, picking a seat where you guys can sit next to each other. That way you can have that interaction where you can get really close to her and then you can look at her lips. That triangle method where you're looking at her eyes, slowly down to her nose, slowly down to her lips and back up. And then you can pull yourself away. Take a sip of your drink, lean in, touch her inner thigh, touch her arm while she's talking, while you guys are engaging. Just really breaking that touch barrier, really building up that sexual tension. And also seeing if she's receptive, right? Like if you are getting like a really cold, she's pulling away, she doesn't seem super receptive, well then it doesn't sound like it's gonna be a good date, and maybe it's something you wanna end sooner than later. But if she's like really vibing with it, maybe she's even touching you back, or she's touching her hair, or she's giggling, like you're really building that sexual tension and you're building that spark between you two. Now, if everything I'm saying right now is not something you've ever done, if you really don't even feel confident going on a first date, even approaching a girl, you're not having a lot of success with your dating apps, well then I highly recommend you check out our Beast Dating Coaching Program. We've helped over 1,000 guys completely transform their dating life. Whether we figure out what's going on with their dating apps, optimize those, get those better, or it's just running them through the first date, making sure that you are building the sexual tension, you are breaking the touch barrier, you are sending the appropriate types of text messages. A lot of guys don't even realize they're self-sabotaging their own dating life. But don't just take it from me. Here's some guys that have joined our program.
Was able to take an amazing girl out. One thing led to the next and ended up being an amazing girlfriend.
Thanks to the Beast program, I was able to, get a long-term relationship. Having a girlfriend now, it feels really amazing because I can get to come home to having somebody supportive by my side.
So before the program, there's no way I would have been able to find a girlfriend like I have now. I've never had a person care this much about me that is willing, like she goes out of her way to get me things. She knows what I'm into. I never thought I would have been able to get someone that interested in me.
So if you're sick and tired of your dating life, if you're sick of not getting high quality matches, being alone, just like fed up with it, then I highly recommend you click the first link in description to apply now, and you get to work directly with me. I will be one of the coaches. You get to hop on 5 live coaching calls a week with the different coaches and myself, so we can give you that one-on-one feedback that you need. So click the link, apply now. If we think you're a good fit, we'll get back to you. Number 3 is you are not afraid to go in for the first kiss on a date. I cannot tell you how many guys are like, I could never do this. Girls are not receptive to it. But as a girl, I find it extremely attractive. The date has gone really well. He's broken the touch barrier. We're flirting. And then he doesn't go in for the kiss. I'm like, what the fuck? What's wrong with me? Why is he not interested? And then I start second guessing everything. And then also, like, you've built the sexual tension all night. Like, you gotta release it, right? So when a guy goes in for the first kiss, it is really attractive. And it's really attractive that he's the one that made the first move. I can't tell you how many friends I have that are like, the date went really well, but like he didn't kiss me, and so I don't think he's that interested. And then maybe he was really interested, but somehow in his mind he was told that he should not go for the first kiss, and then the girl's not as interested. She doesn't really want to go on that second date because she's like, I don't know if he's interested in me or not, or it's a bit strange that he didn't make the move. What is the worst thing that's gonna happen? She turns her cheek and then you kiss her cheek? Okay, but at least you still took the initiative and you went in for that kiss. I truly believe it does more damage if you don't go for the first kiss than if you go for it and you get denied. Now, obviously the biggest way to build the sexual spark with a woman on a first date is asking her back to your place. Now, that does not mean that you need to have sex or you even really need to hook up, but it's taking the initiative that, hey, I'm having a great time on this date with you and I want it to continue. And something about that is really attractive, that a guy has the courage to ask a girl back. Now, she doesn't have to say yes, but you should still be extremely proud of yourself that you had the balls to ask, because there's so many guys that the date is going so well, you can kind of feel that she wants to come back, but you don't have the courage to ask her back. And I think the biggest thing is, like, you don't want to be like, hey, you want to come back to my place and have sex? But you could say something like, hey, you want to come back to my place and have a drink? And that's a great way to show that you're taking the lead, that you're interested in her in like that more sexual way. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you want me to make a whole video breaking down once you bring a girl back to your place, what that looks like. But I think it's really, really important that if you are bringing a girl back to your place, that your house is clean, it smells good, and that you do have drinks back at your place, so it's not like a complete lie. Like if you bring her back and you're like, yeah, I don't have like any alcohol to drink, well, then it's always great to have a bottle of red or white wine, because that's a go-to for girls. But definitely having those at your place is a must. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate all of you, and I will talk to you in the next video.